My fellow members of the United States Junior Chamber, it is my pleasure once again to be here with you on JCTV. Now look, I realize that I've been eroding away at the formality of JCTV over the past 6 months. As you can see, we started out in a news studio, my set being serious, my persona being as serious as Stone Phillips, suited up for the occasion, and now I'm wearing a t-shirt and a backwards ball cap, but there's a good reason for this. First of all, I just kind of need a haircut. I didn't want you guys to see what's under the hat. But secondly, I was given this shirt by the Salisbury JCs when I met them in DC on the BzzzTour, and they asked if I would wear it. Well, of course I'd wear it. This whole production, after all, is for you guys. Each week, in addition to the chapter spotlight, we'll have now the featured fashion of the week. Send me whatever represents your chapter. T-shirts, polos, maybe the folks from Montana could send me one of their great hats. You send it to me and I'll feature it. I won't send it back though, so let's just go ahead and get that out of the way now. I'll just keep it. Dang it, I left my pickle at home. I was gonna wear my pickle too. Steve's never gonna let me hear the end of it. I'll wear it next time, how's that? So what say we go ahead and start off this week's episode with our chapter spotlight, and for that, I'll kick it on over to JCTV correspondent, Ms. Naja Bradley.
The Hamburg JCs are located in Hamburg, Pennsylvania, which is in the southeastern part of Pennsylvania. The chapter had several years of low activity, but over the last year and a half, it's seen a surge in participation and active members. Many of the projects are geared toward the local community and bringing the community together. The Hamburg JCs have an annual Easter egg hunt and Memorial Day carnival. They also show free movies in the park during the summer, they donate to Toys for Tots, and they participate in the Adopt a Highway program to clean on one of Pennsylvania's local highways. Hamburg JC's most well-known project is the King Frost Parade, which is held on the last Saturday of October. The Hamburg JCs began sponsoring the King Frost Parade in 1964 and will be hosting the 50th anniversary parade this year. The Hamburg JCs were also happy to collect items for people affected by the tornadoes in Oklahoma. They sent 15 boxes of supplies to Oklahoma and continue to collect items that will be sent. The chapter was also one of President Crystal's stops along the BzzzTour. This, my friends, is one busy chapter. Is that Carla Kramer? Hey, she's a big star in the US JCs, and the Hamburg JCs are her home chapter. Back to you, Matt.
Thanks, Naja. So let's talk a little bit more about the BzzzTour. Now, just last night, I got a message on Facebook from the first gentleman of the United States JCs, Mr. James Dice, President Crystal's husband and fearless driver of the multi-thousand-mile tour. Now, James reported a safe end to a highly successful tour. I'm currently in the process of producing a separate piece of content, a short promotional video, if you will, highlighting our day in DC, but I'll go ahead and give you the Reader's Digest version here today. We started off the day early with President Crystal and her team meeting up with the Nothing But Net staff and representatives from the USJC organizations from the states of Pennsylvania, Delaware, Virginia, and Georgia. If you count me, I count me. I'm a JC. After a great tour of the Capitol building, we had meeting after meeting after meeting with congressional and senatorial staffs discussing not only the BzzzTour and funding for malaria prevention in general, but the chapter representatives also had the opportunity to inform the congressional and senatorial staffs of all the great work they're doing in their own communities as JC organizations. They were able to establish relationships that lay the groundwork for future cooperation and future collaboration with their representatives in Washington, D.C. Now, like I was saying, the BzzzTour allowed President Crystal to do far more than just promote Nothing But Nets, although she did a great job of that. Let me give you an example. The first night when I got to DC, we all arrived to DC, we all sat around President Crystal's room, and they were just, well, for lack of a better term, they were buzzing to tell me all of the stories about their interactions with chapters all across the country during their tour. They told great story after story, and at one point I was like, guys, stop. Just stop talking. Wait a minute. I'm going to go back to my room. I'm going to get my camera. I'm going to turn it on you because I want to hear just your natural reaction to tell these stories. So for the next several episodes of JCTV, President Crystal, James, and Geneva will bring you a different story in a segment we're calling The Buzz from the BzzzTour.
So we wanted to share some of the stories and things that we learned on our trip during the BzzzTour, and we think the coolest part so far has been the fact that we've had the opportunity to meet the chapters kind of in their own element. And one of the really cool stories that we wanted to share is President Lucas Hart of the Frankenmuth JCs. His dad was president many years ago. I won't quote a date to not get myself in trouble. But many years ago, his dad was the president, and during his presidency, there was a BzzzTour similar to this, but they were promoting something different. The national president actually came into town in a bus, and they pulled under the wooden bridge in Frankenmuth, and they stood out in front of the bridge and they took a picture. And during lunch, Lucas's father showed me the picture, and it was really cool that the president had printed the picture and then signed it and sent it back to him so that he could keep it forever. So we did the very same thing. The Frankenmuth JCs toured us around town in these really cool Cadillacs, I must say, and kind of showed us their community, and we pulled under that same covered bridge, and Lucas and I jumped out to many expletives from the cars behind us.
Yeah, I don't think the people behind us are very happy with us stopping that bridge.
We kind of blocked traffic for a few minutes, but we recreated that pose so many years later so that Lucas would have the same experience as his father, being a JC legacy and sharing that kind of story. And so it was really cool. And we want a copy of the picture so that I can sign it and give it back to Lucas, and we can have that same element that his dad had so many years ago.
Thank you to President Crystal and your team. We look forward to hearing more stories in the next several episodes from the BzzzTour. Now, finally today, let's talk to one of everyone's favorite JCs, NVP Mr. Troy Powell. Now, Troy is from the High Point Junior Chamber right there in the middle of North Carolina. You're a Tar Heel, right?
Yes.
I say go Dogs, but they really don't compete because we don't really play basketball that well, and you guys don't know really how to play football. That's insulting, I shouldn't say that. Anyway, Troy, please tell us a little bit about your role as National Vice President, or NVP as the cool kids say.
As a National Vice President, I represent the states of Tennessee, Arizona, Iowa, Louisiana, Florida, and Nevada. And I also serve as the liaison to the executive board for the program managers, implementing the programming for the national team.
Okay, very cool. Well, Troy, tell us about some of the programs that you have been and will be involved in implementing this year.
Some of the new programs that we are putting together, a lot of the emphasis on is one of our priority programs, the American Cancer Society. Some of our international programs, Nothing But Nets, which is an excellent program because one of the things about getting involved in the JCs, you have an opportunity to save lives. Every 60 seconds, a child less than 5 years old dies of malaria. So just raising funds to purchase a net that only costs $10 each is a great way of making a positive impact in the world. And our goal this year is to raise $200,000 to purchase a net per member of our organization. Some other programs is a Shoot for 30. It's a membership program to help raise the chapter's membership to 30 members. Give them some room for growth and to give them some members to make positive impacts in their communities. A
lot of resources, a lot of programs to be involved with. It just takes doing, right?
That's right.
All right, Troy, thanks so much for being with us today on JCTV.
Thank you.
Well, all righty then, my friends. That is just about enough out of me. Remember, send me your swag and I will show it off. Until then, let's get out there and make the world a better place. Thanks so much.